but I actually started my career in HR. I was in human resources. Yeah. And so I have a business degree. I minored in economics, but I also have a psychology degree. And so I thought I was going the HR route, and that seemed to be a fit at the time. And what I found was when I was interviewing people, I was way more focused on the personal than the professional. And so I struggled in HR. I really did. And I found an opportunity to kind of put together two pieces of my background, the athletic background and my psychology background. And I got an associateship as a coach. And they let me coach at the college track team. And that paid for my master's in counseling. And as soon as my first semester in grad school for professional counseling, I knew that I'd found the right way to put those two pieces together. And that's how I found it. I spent some time kind of having to seek it out and struggling in other areas before I finally found a fit. I mostly coached throwers, like shot put, discus, javelin, that kind of thing. But then I was there for a few years working on my degree. So with the years, I slowly started to help out with other areas, like distance running was a big one. I did a little bit with jumping, like some of the jumps, high jump, long jump. And then lastly, I was starting to get into the sprints right before I graduated and moved on. It's helping people pursue their own goals. So, whether it's coaching, counseling, whatever it is, I can't have the goals for you. I can't force you to do certain things that you either are interested in. And having someone there with you can make a big difference. And it's not just you sitting and wishing and worrying about something that may or may not happen, but being able to talk through it with somebody and then feeling that relief of okay, I have a plan. I can see it more clearly now. This is starting to come together and make more sense. And there's a lot of motivation hidden there. So my advice, early in your career as a professional counselor or therapist in general, is you cast a wide net and you put yourself out there. You make yourself vulnerable to work with a wide variety of people or concerns that come through. And you do that with your supervisor. You might feel a little uncomfortable working with a certain person, but your supervisor is going to be right there beside you, and they're going to help you with this, right? And through that process, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot about what really works well for you and who you work well with, a little bit about who you might not work well with, and that's fine. That's part of the process. So as you go through that, you start to really develop who you are as a therapist, who you can help, and you start to feel a lot of the rewards that you expect when you get into a career like this. People want to help people when they get these degrees. And so you will learn where you fit, who fits with you. And by the time you're done, you upgrade your license and supervision is no longer mandatory, you'll have found your home, but it takes a little bit of a calculated risk up front, that willingness to be vulnerable and to say yes, to try to help somebody, even if it doesn't always feel natural at the beginning. I do carry some dad energy into a room, and I got to be really careful with it. And if I'm in meetings, it's the worst. With clients, it's fine because I can be a person, I can be warm. When I'm in meetings and supervision, it's probably where I need to be the most careful. I do start to think, and I do start to get that stoicism starts to come back and it starts to look serious. And so I have to make sure I smile every once in a while. And so folks don't lose sight of who's hiding underneath here. I call therapists, especially the ones at Mindfully, firefighters. When someone's life is on fire and it's out of control, people leave. People start to isolate. They don't want to go around and be other people. But if it's a building, folks are rushing out of there, and somebody's got to go in, and somebody's got to help put that fire out and do the best possible job they can, taking chances and being uncomfortable, trying to save everything they can save. And especially at Mindfully, when we push to do everything the best possible way, I think we're a group of firefighters. And where else would you want to be? You could probably skate through a career in a lot of other places, but we do a lot of really high quality work here.